Morning Bare Bones Broadcasting, Northwest / Spalding. This is yesterday's news, only I didn't cover it, and my paper hasn't come yet. So it's not news anyway. By the way, this is old hat. There is nothing new or news about this. They are reporting on consistent agony, and there's nothing news about it. It's things that humans are refusing to fix. Sitting here living in a sewer of it. In this case, it's state audit sees child welfare problems. Caseworkers are overwhelmed, but rate above average at getting kids back to parents. Well, I'm a victim of that, where they got the child back to the parent and wouldn't support it. The parents still needed some help from them. It would have just taken a visit from a caseworker. She already had such a wonderful rapport with these caseworkers, and once they relearned her, they wouldn't come and say one word to her. Not one. Not checking up on her and say, not to check up on her to get her in trouble, or to encourage her. Not one. Not one word of encouragement. Wouldn't contact her for anything. Some of them had church activities. I know good and well they could have got through their church. They could have got my daughter a washer. She needed a washer. Wouldn't even answer the phone call. The behavior below rapport by the staff, employees. That someday when I find them in that maker's dream shop, they said that wasn't our job. I hope you say that, because that's when I'm going to pull a Nazi prison guard out, and you're going to get compared to him, and we're going to compare the two scenes, and you're going to look worse. That's when I'm going to get you. So you get ready for things like that. And every time you make an excuse, I'm going to find one where you look like an idiot for making it. And remember, I'm the one that's confessed to be the worst one among you. You won't find the guy to be the most decent among you doing this. I'm the least, the last, the worst, the typical, the garbage of you will be doing this for you. Because I had a confession and you won't. That's why. Want to bet? The old man's mad at you, walking around with your great posture of success and hurting everything you can get your mind's eyes on, especially by your failure, and you're refusing to go just a little bit more in your life, your living. Instead, you're going off on a vacation. No one has time for vacation now. No employee has time for vacation. Your craft is contributed somewhere else. You got time off. You got time to build something that'll stay. Because right now, employees are building nothing that will stay. Not one thing. This is why, look what this says. Not enough staff to do the job. With increased child abuse reports and more representatives given, caseworkers, field officers are understaffed. And it says they got about like 40 cases. 40 cases a day to look after. All of them calling out for help. And that's stupid. That's like a school teacher. And they'll go to work every day and retire and think they did something. The one caseworker quit because she couldn't stand it anymore of not getting the job done. And she walked off on 40 cases that all looked to her with need. And she was a wonderful lady. And the rest of the staff in that DHS office was giving her nothing but trouble. Because she was trying to be nice and they weren't. And they didn't like it. What's going on? Thick! And the backbiting and the snibbling and the damn lying about things that matter and don't matter. The meaning of everything destroyed. And description behind the scenes. You don't use the word honesty and generosity every day in a sentence. Every other word! So you're never challenged with what has to happen. Family bonding time sacrificed. Big time. You ought to see the meetings they set up. Asinine. All around one word. Suspicion. Central office, not much help. I'll tell you. I am quite aware of the state central office that tells me unequivocally, stuff it up your rear. I have his personal phone number. I eat breakfast with him. Stuff it up your rear. I won't interfere with my staff. What? Why do you have a directing staff when the directing staff, when knowing something's haywire, won't do anything about it? And in fact, that directing staff was the one that was able to more than easily get a washer for my daughter and let her sit there in agony without a clothes washer. Whenever she's got traumatic stress disorder, as soon as she goes home and gets it, the load of it, she just breaks up because everyone's doing this to her around her and her family, telling her she's a piece of shit. Brother, the lady that pays for everything my daughter has gives her the finger every time she hands her something. Wonder what's wrong with my daughter's mind. And it's gone on 17 years. It's too late to say, well, you just branch off on your own now. What? She spoon-fed her for 17 years and told her she's a piece of shit every time she handed her something. Is she liable for anything? Want to get a hold of me? It's an exciting thing to fix. And there's a lot of money in it. You maggot. Did you ever do anything unless there's a lot of this? And I've had too many attorneys that there's not enough of this. Not enough of this. I got to work too much for this, boy. You do all the work first and then come and get me and give me what you went and did, and I'll help you. I've had attorneys tell me that straight to my face, and I like them for that honesty. I've had attorneys that are so damn honest, I'll tell you, I praise God I met some attorneys in my lifetime for their vivid, accurate honesty with me. I mean it. Absolutely. I don't know if the Bar Association taught them that, because the system doesn't work that candid. Well, some attorneys have been extremely personally candid with me, and that has been my privilege of my life. Know it. I couldn't say how much I appreciate that. Ever. Know that. Probably too long to upload.